Ready? Start. Today, in the Brazilian Amazon, the Belém Summit opens ahead of the 30th United Nations Climate Change Conference COP30. World leaders convened here in the days leading up to the COP so that we can all commit to acting with the urgency that the climate crisis demands. If we fail to move beyond speeches into real action, our societies will lose faith not only in the COPs but also in multilateralism and international politics more broadly. That is why I have summoned leaders to the Amazon to make this the COP of truth, the moment we demonstrate the seriousness of our shared commitment to the planet. Humanity has shown its ability to overcome great challenges when it acts together and guided by science. We protected the ozone layer. The global response to the COVID-19 pandemic proved that the world can act decisively when there is courage and political will. Brazil hosted the Earth Summit in 1992. We approved the Conventions on Climate Change, Biological Diversity and Combating Desertification, and adopted principles that defined a new paradigm for preserving our planet and our humanity. Over the past 33 years, these gatherings have produced important agreements and targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions, from ending deforestation by 2030 to tripling renewable energy use. More than 3 decades later, the world has returned to Brazil to confront climate change. It is no coincidence that COP30 takes place in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. This is an opportunity for politicians, diplomats, scientists, activists, and journalists to witness the reality of the Amazon. We want the world to see the true state of the forests, the planet's largest river basin, and the millions of people who live in the region. COPs cannot be mere showcases of good ideas or annual gatherings for negotiators. They must be moments of contact with reality and of effective action to tackle climate change. To confront this crisis together, we need resources, and we must recognize that the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities remains the non negotiable foundation of any climate pact. That is why the Global South demands greater access to resources, not out of charity but justice. Rich countries have benefited the most from the carbon based economy. They must now rise to their responsibilities, not only by making commitments but also by honoring their debts. Brazil is doing its part. In just 2 years, we have already halved deforestation in the Amazon, showing that concrete climate action is possible. In Belém, we will launch an innovative initiative to preserve forests, the Tropical Forests Forever Facility TFFF. It is innovative because it operates as an investment fund, not a donation mechanism. The TFFF will reward those who keep their forests standing and those who invest in the fund, a genuine win-win approach to tackling climate change. Leading by example, Brazil has announced a $1 billion investment in the TFFF and we expect equally ambitious announcements from other countries. We also set an example by becoming the second country to present a new nationally determined contribution NDC. Brazil has committed to reducing its emissions by 59% to 67%, covering all greenhouse gases and all sectors of the economy. In this spirit, we call on all countries to present equally ambitious NDCs and to implement them effectively. The energy transition is fundamental to meeting Brazil's NDC. Our energy matrix is among the cleanest in the world, with 88% of our electricity coming from renewable sources. Stop.